good workout. These are workouts I've been streaming since the COVID pandemic. I'm on my own today. My mother-in-law is traveling to India now for a couple of weeks. But as you may know, we've been demonstrating exercises that are for all ages, all abilities. This is going to be a great full body workout covering my Feel Good fitness prescription. If you don't know what that is, it's going to be covering mobility, strength training, of course, to build our muscle mass. It's going to be covering cardio. We're going to be keeping our bones strong, our brains fit, stretch, mobility, and we start off with a moment of breathing. And before we start, if anyone would like to join me on Zoom, I would love to see you live. I do talk to everyone on my Zoom community. It's a lovely group. And all you need to do is go to my website, feelgoodwithlavina.com. I have a free newsletter and I'll send you all the details, including a special WhatsApp group where I send out session links and reminders. And if you can't do it live, I send out that link as well. So we have had up to the age of 100 join us live from a care home. We've had a 103-year-old be prescribed my workouts by doctors, but we also have young people that are just sitting too long. And even if you do a minute of today as a little exercise snack, you know that's what I'm known for. Short bits of movement through your day really count and can be as effective if you do them regularly. So first of all, take a little seat. I'm just going to adjust my camera slightly for YouTube. You can see fully that I've got lots of different weight options to make exercise very accessible to everyone. And we're going to start with a moment to ourselves, just to calm the body and mind from that fight or flight mode that we're always rushing around to the rest and digest parasympathetic mode. And we can do that through our breath in a minute, the science shows. I've researched this. I just give you this opportunity to close your eyes and start breathing in through your nose, taking positive inhales, exhaling through your nose or your mouth, whatever feels good, that release, and maybe just slowing down the breath. So just breathing in and out, and just slowing down that breath is going to calm things down. And today we're just going to do a simple breathing technique called the resonant breathing, coherent breath. It's breathing in for up to 5 and exhaling for up to 5. I'll count you down, but you just do what you can and enjoy this mindful minute. So we're going to breathe in for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe in. 2, 3, 4, 5, and out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe in. 2, 3, 4, 5, and out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe in. 2, 3, 4, 5, and out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe in. 2, 3, 4, 5, and out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Just keeping your eyes closed. Just return to a normal breath. Have a little check-in. That was less than a minute. Do you feel a bit calmer, a little bit more relaxed? Keeping those eyes closed, let's generate some heat in our hands and then bring those warm hands over those closed eyes. Take another positive inhale in. Exhale, just open your eyes with your hands there. Let some light in. And then breathing in again, big positive, let's have a little smile to our beautiful faces and release the hands away. How are we feeling? I'd love your interaction whenever you do this. YouTube, drop a comment, some thumbs up, and Zoom, let me know. Are we feeling good? So we're going to start with a little bit of tapping today. This is something that I did put in my book, The Feel Good Fix, as well. You can do this seated or standing. We're just going to start tapping from our top of our heads. This has got a lot of science associated with it. It's become quite trendy now, but some of my Zoom participants, Tarun Auntie, name mentioned there, has been doing this for a while. I'm just moving to above my eyebrows, little taps. It's feeling really good. Little bits of self-care here, but it's actually just activating your meridian points. I'm on above my cheeks here now, and then I'm just moving down to here where my lymphs are. You can almost stroke upwards as well. Maybe give your little above your neck. Sometimes we get these tight glands, especially if you're getting a cold or a cough. But this is a lovely way to activate the lymphs. So we're trying to detoxify, getting out those impurities, stimulating the body so you get more energy, a little bit of a mood lift as well. And this is one of my favorites, just tapping here on above my collarbones. This one is really calming. If you're standing or seated, just close your eyes, give yourself a few taps here about your chest. Doesn't that feel good? It's very effective. And then you can move down towards your stomach. I'm just going to make sure Sonal is on mute. There we go. Perfect. Just coming down to this area, you can also, again, just rub up, maybe rub around your belly as well, maybe some circular motions, or just moving things up. And we're going to start tapping under our armpit. So just a little quick, something different today, because every workout is different. I write them out for you. And the other one as well, you can check out the science behind all of this, but I do feel like this just adds a little boost for the beginning of our workouts. You can just move through your arms and then moving down towards your legs, just maybe cupping your hands and just giving your body a little wake-up call before we go into our main bit of mobility. So we're going to start top down. Did you enjoy a bit of tapping? Even if you're seated, you could do this. And I will try and demonstrate everything without Mummy seated as well. So seated or standing, if you're able to stand, I encourage you to stand because you're activating using your leg muscles. If not, stay seated. We're going to start with some simple head circles, just rotating the head, imagining a nice clock face in front of you, and then 3 the other way. Just take it nice and slow, ease out any tension, connect to that breath that we used at the beginning throughout the exercises. And this is your workout. If there's something your body doesn't want to do today, find something that works for you, even if it's just a few shoulder circles, some neck circles. We just want to try and keep moving through this session because motion is lotion, especially for mobility for our joints. So here I'm just circling back. I could do this seated when I'm on the sofa or when I'm at my desk watching, when you're watching TV, when you're working, stuck at your desk. Let's circle it the other way as well. Just nice small circles. We're getting that synovial fluid to loosen up the joints. So if you have joint pain, if you have arthritis, hopefully don't work through pain, but try and loosen things up. We're going to now start adding our arms in. So again, just get a feel for how you feel today. Is anything feeling tight? Can we loosen things up? And it's really important we do this warm up before the main workout. But this is moves you could do any time of day, just coming forwards. If you're feeling a bit stiff, in the cold weather in the UK, it's just so wet and miserable. I promise you, if you add a little bit of mobility drills during your day, a few minutes, even a few seconds, is going to help the body feel a little bit looser and it's going to boost your energy and mood. We always do my desk reset snack. If anyone hasn't seen my book, it's available on Amazon. It's literally little exercise snacks, a lot of the science, very easy to read, and QR codes to videos as well that you can follow along for perfect form. But the desk reset snack is an important one. And some of my Zoom participants are already doing it. So we're normally like this, slouching with screens or sitting too long. We're going to try and imagine the shape of a desk, bringing your shoulders up towards your ears, back an inch or two, and down the spine. When you're at that position, you should feel like your shoulder blades are squeezing together, your chest is open, your posture is straighter, and you should feel like, if you can, drawing your belly button in towards your spine, engaging the core muscles. If you can as well, I talk about pelvic floor health a lot. It's really important, but just a simple little reminder through day, even if you're chopping, cooking, sitting, you can just add this desk reset snack in for your posture at any point. We're going to start circling out the hips. I'll show you the seated version. So if you can stand, you're just going to circle out the hips, a couple in each direction. If you're seated, you're just going to rotate the torso, coming forwards and just loosening things up. This one should feel really good, and breathing through. So on the hard parts of the moves, when we get into lifting weights and a little bit of strength training, even if that's just tin cans today, you're going to use your exhale as the bit for the power part of the move. But right now, I just want you to continue deep breathing to really stimulate the whole body. We could add a little figure 8 if you're standing. So you imagine a little 8 number. And if you're seated, again, just rotating, again, adding in a bit of mobility. So rather than just sitting, we could keep our bodies active at all times. If you can, take a seat, because we're just going to add in a last one. We're going to do a bit of pointing and flexing. So we're going to coordinate the hands and the feet. I'm basically pointing my fingers, pointing my toes, and then I'm flexing and bring it into a fist. But I want you to start activating the leg muscles. If you can't lift your leg up, you can do it seated, but keep your leg down. But pointing, this is good for circulation. And tighten this grip a little bit. We will talk a little bit about grip strength, because grip really is one of the important measures of our longevity. But even just getting our hands to really move, get those fingertips, really get that circulation in the fists. And then when we hold weights, you can try and hold and grip, and you can maybe hold on to something heavier. So let's go again on the other side, pointing and flexing. If you've got your leg up, you're activating the leg muscles a bit more. You should be feeling that down the front of your thighs and maybe down your hamstrings as you're flexing. The hamstrings run at the back. As I flex my foot, toes come towards me. As I point, I'm feeling it on the front. And I flex, I'm feeling it on my back. Can you feel that? And relax. Good work. So just march it out. Seated or standing, I want you to be able to get your steps in from anywhere, because we know that walking is one of the best exercises. But when the weather is so dire in the UK, I know it's difficult to get out. You could use your stairs. I've got a stair snack. There's a lot of science behind this as well. Up and down your stairs, or you can just march on the spot. If you want to go a bit faster, you can. If you want to add a bit of impact to get your bones going, if you don't have any bone issues, if you don't have osteoarthritis, do try and add a little bit of impact in your walk. Anytime we add a force to the bones, we're going to help them replenish, rebuild. Yep. So there's a lot going on in our bodies that we don't realize. And we're just getting nice and warm for about 10 more seconds. Anytime in this workout, I have a little break where I'm explaining the science, because, I'm so passionate about movement and trying to explain why it's good for us. You could add your steps in. I know that a regular of ours often checks his step count on his tracker, and I think it was nearly 2,000 steps he managed to do in one of our workouts. So we can get steps in even in between and relax. We did about a minute there of walking, whether you were seated or standing. Do you feel your heart rate's gone up? Could you sprinkle that in through your day? If you did a minute of walking every hour, you would get to the magic 11 minutes of walking, which can reduce your risk of premature death. It can help with your cardiovascular health, reduce so many common chronic illnesses, help with our blood sugars, our mood, our energy. We're going to do a bit of balance now, a few different examples of balance today. Now, if you can't stand, I'm going to show you options seated. But balance work is really important because we want to reduce our risks of falls, especially as a female. I'm approaching, my 50th. I'm 48 in about a month's time. But over the age of 50, as women, 50% of us will have a fracture. So it's very important we reduce those risks of falls. If you're seated, you're going to lift one leg up, and we're going to try and hold today for a bit longer than we usually do. If you're standing, I want you to have support. We don't want anyone falling over. And you know, I always say practice brushing your teeth on one leg. I have that in my book with different targets based on your age range. We're going to go for longer than 10 seconds. If you need support, hold it. You could hold a hand. You could reduce to your fingers as progression. If you don't need support, please balance well, but have that there in case. We're going to start for about 30 seconds. So if you're seated, leg up. We're going to try and hold it. Obviously, keep going now. We've done about 10 seconds, I would say. I'm going to keep talking through, and if you need to stop and start anytime, please stop and start. You've definitely done about 15 seconds. If anyone's still going with me, if anyone wants to go into a yoga position, the tree pose is a very challenging one. You make sure you've got support there. We're going for a little bit longer if we can. Is anyone still with me? Do what you can with support or the leg extension. Let's count down. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Give yourselves a clap. I know, Andrew, I won't pick on you. I think we did 30 seconds, more than 30 seconds there. You did extremely well on Zoom. Let me know how that was. Do not worry if you can't do 30 seconds. I just want people to be able to do 10 seconds because that's a great predictor of longevity. It's going to reduce your risk of premature death. There's so much science behind balance work. Let's go to the other side. So again, if you're seated, you can start now. I will start counting down. If you're holding your leg out, think about tensing the muscles. This is still going to build leg strength if you can't stand for whatever reason today. Otherwise, we are balancing. You do what you can. You hold on. You drop the foot down if you need to. You focus on a point. You try and keep going, but make sure you don't fall. You have that support there. We've definitely gone over 20 seconds, so let's count down. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Oh, I'm so proud of you. Whatever you manage to do today, honestly, the goal is great if you can do 10 seconds. Some of you on Zoom, I won't mention names, but I know you're in your 60s, 70s, maybe 80s. You actually all tried to even lift up there in the tree pose. So I'm very proud of my regular participants. I hope you can see the progression with your balance. Like maybe you started off not being able to do much, and some days are easier than others. We're going to add a little bit more now with a bit of balance again. I'll show you the seated version. We're going to start doing our hip circles. Now, this one is important because I say hold on, but what I don't want you to do is lean into it or move the upper body. So I want you to really isolate the hip. So you're literally just moving that leg. Give me about 5 each direction and then change direction with or without support. If you're seated, these are really effective as well. I can feel my hip joint having to work, that ball and socket joint. We're lubricating those joints. We're keeping those hips happy, right? We hear about hip replacements a lot. So things like this, we're just going to keep your hips nice and mobile. Sorry, if you're still going on that side, with or without support, obviously over time you can practice. And depending on after brushing your teeth on one leg, obviously I build up to about a minute because I have a timer on my electric toothbrush. It really helps with my balance. I sometimes add in things like this because different movements are going to just test the body a bit more. And another challenge is obviously to try and close your eyes when you're doing a bit of single leg balance work. But if you're brushing your teeth and you've got your sink there, you could just maybe try for a few seconds closing your eyes. It's very difficult. I won't do that live right now. Seated or standing, have you done a few extra hip circles? If you're standing, do you feel that supporting leg? taking your weight, right? It's quite hard, but that's all your body weight. That leg is getting really lovely and strong, and this also helps to correct muscular imbalances. You know, I'm getting steps in, but you can rest at this point in between as well. So we've done a bit of balance work. We're going to work into quite a few leg exercises today for our lower body while you're standing. So if you're able to stand, and I'll show you another one that if you can't do the standing version, I want you to try and find something, a table or a chair, the back of the chair potentially. Don't move furniture around. I'm just going to show you this. It's a little bit easier to show you. We're going to do a bit of a partial squat. So we're not going to go all the way down. If you've got the back of your sofa, maybe the tabletop or your kitchen island as well would be probably useful here. Feet are around hip width. I'll show you the seated version, so just keep moving, marching on the spot until I do. We're going to go down and up. We're having this support here. My knees are going out in line with my toes. The weight is in my heels. I'm squeezing my glutes up. So this is a supported squat. Now you don't have to go super low. You could just do a partial squat. Inhale, exhale, squeeze up. We're going to do about 15 of these. You don't have to do 15. You can build up. You can play this workout back and build up to 15. If you're seated, I'm just very quickly going to show you what we're going to do. You're going to just move your legs in and out, and you're going to try and feel some, as if there's a resistance band. If you do have one and you want to loop it around your thighs, you can also do that. So if the squat's not working for you, you can sit down and tie up a band. You don't have to have the band. You can imagine the band. I want you to be moving your legs in and out, working your inner and outer thighs. Yep, so it's all about legs to start off with. We're going kind of straight into leg strengthening work. How are you getting on with those partial squats? Do they feel different? Yep. So you're imagining a seat behind you. You squeeze your glutes. You keep your back straight, your stomach muscles in. Body weight only, inhaling, exhaling. Have you done about 15? I'm going to have a quick check on my Zoom community who are doing well. Obviously, it's all about perfect technique. Your knees don't come in. They stay in the same direction as your toes, and you squeeze up. You're working a lot of muscles there. Relax there for a minute. So I'm going to show you two options. What I want you to do if you're standing is to find a wall. Have you got a nice wall near you? Something that's nice and clear. We're going to try a little bit of a wall squat hold. I'll quickly show you if you can just march on the spot while you're waiting for me by the wall. I'll show you the seated option. This time it's going to be an extension and maybe just a little pulse up and down, yeah? Whatever works for you, or the extension. You're going to do that for about 15 seconds on each leg, and on the wall, we're going to try for as long as you can. You don't have to do the full 30 seconds. You're going to come down by the wall, and you're going to ease yourself down. Now, this could be enough. Your shoulders are back. I've got a slight bend in my knees. I'm taking a seat. If you can, you're going to go further. Obviously, this is much harder. I want you to progress at your own pace. And as you hold on this position, this isometric hold is going to really feel it in your quadricep muscles. So if you're seated, maybe with that leg extension coming up and down, let's change sides if you're seated. Coming up to the other leg. I'm just imagining this is my leg going up and down. If you're by the wall, if you need to stop at any time, you carefully push away, yeah? You don't need to be going for too long, but I want you to try and build up with this one, because this has a lot of science. This position, up to 2 minutes, actually can really improve your blood pressure as well. There's a study that shows, and this one is definitely building strength in the leg. If anyone's still with me, please give yourself a big clap. You're going to carefully push away from the wall. Now, we don't often do these, but I want to bring these in. These are all important exercises that you can try. You're at home. I'm not in my actual home right now. We're going to keep moving. If you can get to your stairs, or if by any chance you're in the gym and you have a little step, we're going to think about doing step-ups. So what I want you to do is imagine, I will next week try and bring a little step in here. You're going to just imagine going to the first step, up your stairs and down your stairs, up and down. So if anyone wants to go to their staircase right now or their front door step, please do that, because I want you to try and do about 10 to 15 on each leg. So you can lead with one leg and come down. If you have a bad leg, you do it according to your body. If you're seated, or if you're not able to get to the step, what we're going to do is we're going to go into a bit of a lower squat if you're standing, slight bend in the knees, and we're going to do a box step. So we're forwards and back, forwards and back. So imagine a little box that you're drawing with your feet. If you're seated, you can do the same thing. And maybe if you're seated, a challenge could be holding out your arms just to get a nice bit of arm strength. It's a bit more difficult if you're standing. You're going to feel it the lower you go. I think Sonal, who is on Zoom, has got a bit of a step there in her home gym area, so that's great. If you want to go by your staircase, please do. Ooh, can you feel that, everyone? Let's go with the other leg if you haven't changed sides. So walking forwards and back. The lower you go, obviously, the harder it is, yeah? Especially if you're bending your legs. So just be careful with your knees. Well done. I think Ambuja Manti as well on Zoom has got a step. So well done. This is mimicking being able to walk upstairs for as long as possible to maintain our independence. That's why we're doing these things. If it's too difficult, just march it out and relax. Okay, I want you all to take a seat now. We're working our legs quite hard today, but I'm just going through a series of leg strengthening. This is really good, even if you've had knee surgery. These are all physio-approved exercises as well that I know that my mum's doing as well at the moment. So if you have a band, I want you to grab the band. Now this could be tricky. We're not sure if this is going to work, but we'll try it. You're going to tie, if you have a long band and a chair, or behind maybe by a table, or if you're, I know it might be difficult on a sofa, you're going to tie the band around the leg of the chair and a little bit around your foot, your ankle. So you're going to have to tie it accordingly, because I'll show you the move we're going to do. We're going to do a leg extension. So you might want to try it before you do your knot, just to check kind of what tightness you really want this. So we're going to try a banded leg extension, yeah? So it's going to feel, you could even try it around a little bit lower down your ankle, yeah? How does that feel, this leg extension? If you can't do it, or if you don't have a band, you can simply do it without, but this is adding a bit of resistance. And I was saying to my Zoom community, there's a great website, ampwellbeing.co.uk, AMP Wellbeing, and you can use my discount code Lavina on these bands. They have long, short ones, different resistances, different colors. If you want to give this a go, how does this feel? So you might want to adjust your position. If you can't use the band, you're going to just simply lift the leg and come down. If you want to add a hold, that's going to make it harder, and come down. Now, this is a simple move. We've always said leg extension, but there's a lot going on. It's quite hard to get your leg lovely and straight. It's quite hard to use your thigh muscles. So the band might not be for you, yeah? I'm just giving you an option in case anyone likes it. You could keep a band by the chair that you watch TV every night if you're watching your series or Netflix. And this could be the reminder to add a few simple leg extensions. If you want, you're going to try on the other side. I'm going to just try and keep it on the same leg, just it's a little bit easier. I'm extending, and that band is giving me quite a lot of resistance to challenge the muscles. We want to build muscle mass, yeah? We start losing it after the age of 30. It starts plummeting during midlife, especially for women in menopause. And as we age, that sarcopenia is really worrying, because this is what's going to keep our muscles strong to be able to do the things that we love doing, to stay independent, to sit and stand, and just do this normal functional movements that we take for granted. Did anyone try the band? Give me a kind of thumbs up. Oh, good. Sonal, yep. Taruna Auntie, lots of you on Zoom. YouTube, interact with me, and you can join on Zoom, like I said. Andrew's got a great version. I'm going to show you his version that we usually do very quickly. So if you're marching on the spot while you have a second, let me grab another band. Andrew has just reminded me the version that we often do, which might be a little bit easier if you've got the long band or pair of old tights. He is, I think, extending out and in. So this is about halfway, I would say. It's not as difficult as having it on a surface and tied round, but this is still giving me a nice little stretch, which is a great option, a kind of middle ground, I would say. So well done, good idea. We are now going to go into our sit and stand. This is quite a lot of legs. If you need to have a little rest, have a little rest, have a little shake out, have a little dance, whatever you need to do. Sit and stands, if you've done them regularly, you can add weight. You could add a rucksack on your back, and you can load that and add heavier and heavier naughty cans of Coke or whatever you want to put to make that weight. Because the more you use the weight, the stronger you're going to get those muscles, yeah? If you increase gradually over time, and that's the science behind strength training, the progression. So if you're seated, I want you to either do some heel raises if you can't stand, or you can again maybe lift your knee towards your chest this time and extend out. Yep, so seated options. There's a few different ones. I'm coming towards my leg, kicking out, towards my chest and kicking out, or heel raises are a great option. And you could hold some weight out in front of you. Yeah, you could just hold that weight if you're seated. If you're able to stand, but you need the support of the chair, we do an assisted sit and stand. Feet are about shoulder width. I know some of you have started. Well done. If you know what you're doing, do about 10 to 15, have a rest, and we'll do another set. The option here is to hold onto the chair and maybe have a bit of a support. You're activating your muscles, lifting up, breathing out. Core is tight, back is straight. If you're able to stand all the way up, my knees go out in line with my toes. I come all the way up and I squeeze my glutes and I go down nice and slowly to the chair. We're doing sit and stands, yeah? Can we do about 10 to 15? I know lots of you have started already. I'm just doing my body weight ones. But again, I can really feel these because I'm going lovely and slow. Really nice. Control all the way down and up. Lovely work. Breathing out and coming down. Have a little rest there. March out. Have a little rest because I want you to do another set. This time I'm giving you a moment to either get some heavier weights, to get a little load, a rucksack on your back. If you've been using the same weights for a long period, some of you are using, like tin cans or light dumbbells. Do you have anything at home handy that could be a little bit heavier? Or are you going to invest in something like some dumbbells because you're going to do these regularly? If you can do my workouts 2 to 3 times a week, there's hundreds for you on YouTube. You are hitting the government guidelines of physical activity to reduce your risks of so many common chronic illnesses. So have a little rest. I'm going to show you, if you didn't have the chair, the squat, which obviously I love doing, you can go as low as you want and you're squeezing up. Why are we doing the sit and stand? It's probably the most important exercise that we do for leg strengthening because we want to be able to stand up ourselves for as long as possible. So let's try. And if you can't stand, please know that there are options, the leg extension or heel raises. This is using your second heart in your calf muscles. It's really effective for your body as well. Let's try and do a few more. So I'm going to come up, squeeze up, breathe out, and slow it down. The slower you go, the more time under tension, right? So this is really working our muscles. And our leg muscles are so important for longevity. There's a lot of science showing that the stronger your thigh muscles, the longer your life, literally, right? Because they're going to keep us supported. I know we've done a lot with legs. If you can't do this, please rest, march out. Feel free just to do some simple movements, some calf raises, or even some head circles, shoulder circles, something from the beginning that we did. Squeezing up. And then if I was to do a normal squat, let's go for 3 more if you're with me. If you're not, please rest and wait for us. Squeezing up. Your knees are always going out in line with the toes. I could see my toes as I come down and up, and we're going to finish there. Do you feel that? I mean, I'm out of breath. Let me know how your heart rate feels, because we don't always have to be doing cardio. This way we're burning fat. It's going to help with weight loss, but the more muscle mass you have, most importantly, that's going to burn more calories even at rest. So when I say to people, are you doing your exercises? I really want all ages to be doing some sort of strength training. I'm trying to give you lots of examples. Rest for a minute. We're going to do a bit of high knees now. Now with high knees, standing, it does take a lot of balance. So I would encourage you to have something near you. If you've been practicing my balance, that's great. Obviously, I'll demonstrate without because I know I can do these. I'm giving myself a nice high five. I'm lifting up, even seated. I want you to think about really zipping in your stomach muscles, especially these hard to reach lower abdominal muscles, yeah? Because as we lift the knees up, you almost want to imagine your core, your stomach is lifting that heavy leg up. Give yourself a little high five. This is nice balance work as well as a little bit of slow, kind of steady state cardio as we just do a few more seconds of these. If you imagine maybe doing about 30 of these, another little exercise snack that you could do through the day if you're at the kitchen, have a little break when something is boiling or cooking, and do a few high knees. Relax there. And then what I'm going to show you today is a little bit different. We're going to try some lying exercises if you can lie down. And I don't usually show these, yeah? But what I want to show is just some two lying exercises that are really important if you're able to lie down. If you're not able to lie down, I want you to pick something from what we've just done, because that's still going to work your legs, yeah? You could do seated heel raises if you don't want to lie down. You could do the standing heel raises because we haven't done those. And I was saying the importance of these calf muscles. And if you're able to lie down, I'm just going to make sure that YouTube can see me nice and clearly as I just demonstrate a few exercises on the floor. So these are 2 exercises that you could do in bed that I try and do in bed. And sometimes these are on the floor because it's a harder surface. So please carry on marching if you're not going to come down to the floor. What I've got here is both legs bent. My hands are going to be flat down my side. And I'm going to push through my feet and try and lift my glutes, my body up. So it's lifting the hips up, squeezing the glutes at the top, and coming down. I'm just going to move my mic, make sure you can hear me. So I'm coming up. I'm really squeezing. It's a hip bridge. So you come up as high as you can, but you're going to feel a lot of work in your glutes, your bottom, your hamstrings at the back of your legs, and it's strengthening these quadriceps. So this is really good move. If you can do it, don't worry if you can't. I'm showing this today. You breathe out as you come up, you inhale as you come down. If you wanted to progress that, you add a hold at the top. You squeeze, squeeze, squeeze your glutes. Lift them as high as you can. Everything is tight. Your whole transverse abdominis, so it runs from your stomach to the back. Everything is working, and you really hold your core in to protect your back, lifting up. If you tried that today, great work. A harder option for anyone advanced is a single leg hip bridge. That's quite hard. Even if you did one, you would feel that. And you could always add a band around your thighs. I would love you to try that exercise. Again, if you can't do it, I was saying to you, just do some calf raises. This is great. Or even seated heel raises. Just lifting the heels up and down. Wait for me for the second exercise if you're on the floor. We're going to do a straight leg extension. The seated version will be literally lifting the leg up and down, yeah? And you can hold straight leg as straight as you can, maybe flexing those toes towards you and coming just up and down like a straight leg. The lying version, again, you could have one leg bent. That gives you a bit more support. Other leg as straight as possible. I want you to lift up and down. So this is stuff you could do in bed, yeah? Before you literally wake up, I do a nice little bed stretch. I'll try and film it for you. But these are great exercises for leg strength because you're lifting up. You can feel that in your stomach as well. 10 on each side. Give it a go. I'm just demonstrating, giving you lots of options today. Just something new, because I thought if some of you are lying in bed and you want to do something different, I do those. I also add in my hip circles in bed. I do quite a few stretches in the morning before I get up, just to start my day. So a little bit of something different. I hope that gives you something to think about as a little exercise snack before you get up in the morning. Let's carry on, guys. We've got a little bit more to do. So how are the legs feeling? You've done quite a lot already, and now we've got to move into upper body before our time runs out. So what I want you to do, I'm going to adjust my camera again, is if you've got a belt, a gown tie, anything that's long, a resistance band, I want you to start warming the upper body with our famous shoulder floss, which looks easy, but I've seen someone recently on the paddle court who couldn't go up and over, and she was quite young. So I want you to bend the arms. You don't have to do full rotation. I want you to see how it feels. Over time, it can come all the way down, up and over. Using the band, you're working your muscles. Keep that going as I just adjust this camera slightly for YouTube. Brilliant. So we're doing upper body now. We've got a nice little section for upper body strength to help us pick things up, push things, carry, lifting, all the things that we do day to day. We need to be able to use our upper body strength and relax. Can you feel that? So that's great rotation for your ball and socket joint, using a band or even a belt that you can snack on like through the day, adding these in. We're going to start with our important press-ups. So we all start against the wall. Even when I started my strength training journey, if you want to do them against the wall, find your wall. If you're doing them against your kitchen counter or a table, that's the next level. If you're doing them on the floor, I'm not going to demonstrate these. These are all in my book, The Feel Good Fix, with full instructions, QR codes to videos. You could do the box position, the three-quarter position, or you could do a full press-up on the floor, but the wall is going to be great. And if you're seated, I want you to push against your thighs. So you're imagining using all your upper body muscles. Even here, I'm bending the elbows and I'm pushing away. I'm trying to activate my upper body. Inhaling, exhale as you push away. I'm going to demonstrate on the wall. There's a lot of things you can do to make it hard. You have your hands at shoulder width, and you come towards the wall as a straight line, inhaling, exhaling. You can make it harder by moving your feet away, maybe an inch or a few centimeters, just building up, doing 10 to 15 of these. You could vary the hand position. You could make it more narrow. So then it's targeting your underarms a bit more, your triceps. So this way my elbows are almost coming and skimming past my chest on the sides of my body. Inhale, exhale. I can really feel these because you're pushing your body weight away, yeah? And I've seen, my own mum after her knee op, when she couldn't do the sit and stand, she had to use her hands on the chair to actually help push her up. But it's not just her legs, she had to use her upper body. So these are really important exercises we do that are going to help you later in life to future-proof our bodies. Have you done about 10 or 15? Have a little circle out of your wrists. I know I'm doing lots today. I'm trying to cram in as much as I can to keep you strong and healthy. And again, you go back to this workout and practice if you can't do everything today. This is like things that I'd love you to do in your own time. We're going to do our shoulder press. So you could use tin cans, plastic bottles, or any weights. Again, if you've been doing these regularly, you challenge yourself, yeah? We're going to do 2 sets. So you could start off light, and then you can maybe move to a heavier weight. Seated or standing, we're pressing up, holding and slowly coming down by your ears. Now, if I was standing, I've got a slight bend in my knees, my core is tight, my back is straight, I breathe out, I breathe in. I try not to move or swing my body. It's just my arms, my shoulders, my upper back. This is mimicking lifting up, putting things up on shelves, maybe putting things up like in the aeroplane, lifting that suitcase, which I see lots of people struggle to do. We're keeping strong, lifting your grandchildren or your children up in the air, breathing out, breathing in. Obviously, the heavier your weight, the harder it is. And you go to where the last 2 repetitions are tough, but you're still maintaining good form. Don't do it when your form starts to go. I want you to stop then. I'm doing about 10 to 12 repetitions. I can really feel this today. Breathe out, breathe in. Come on, we're getting lovely and strong. Last 2, if you're with me. Holding your trophies up. Last 1, and relax. Good. Woo, we're going to try and do that again, but we'll have a little break. I want you to choose a lighter weight. And if you need to, maybe just do some nice dead arm twists here, just letting everything go. This feels really nice as well, part of our Tai Chi, my regular morning exercise snack, which is on my YouTube channel. If you don't know, Mummy has done that 7-minute demo with me under the video list. Have a little shakeout. We're going to grab a much lighter weight. Tin cans would be perfect for our side raises and our front raises. So straight arms, palms face down. Trust me, you'll need a lighter weight for these. So if you're seated or standing, stomach tight, back straight, coming out, maybe add a hold. Go nice and slow and controlled down, coming forwards and to the side. Whatever works for you, depending on your weight. Honestly, tin cans are the best for this to start off. So if you're in the kitchen, again, if you've got a minute or 2, keep those tin cans as your weights, out on the counter as a little reminder. Maybe throw in some press-ups when you're making coffee or some of these. Mix it up so that your body gets challenged. Can you feel this, everyone? I'm sure you can. Give me a nod if you can on Zoom. Well done. Breathe out, breathe in, YouTube. I know you're working hard with us. 2 more if you can. Slow it down, add a hold if it's too easy. If it's easy, hold out for 3, 2, 1, and release. Last one to the front. 3, 2, 1, and release. Well done. Woo! That was hard. We're going to add in a tricep overhead extension. So a bottle would be handy on this one, or a dumbbell. And all we're going to do is try and bring that weight behind our heads. So I'm holding it on one end carefully. I'm just demonstrating with the bottle. Elbows are in. My shoulders are away from my ears. So relax your shoulders. Elbows are in, so they're not here. I'm trying to straighten up. I know that can be hard as well with people's posture these days. And then I extend up, bring it down. Keep those elbows close to your ears, biceps by your ears. Breathe out, breathe in. We're extending. Obviously, if I use a heavier weight, that's going to target those muscles and make them stronger even more. And you can increase your weight gradually over time. So you could do this seated, breathing out, breathing in. Can you feel that? Can you bring your elbows in a little bit closer towards your ears? If you need a rest, please rest. Lovely work. If you're with me, or join back in. 3, breathe out as you lift up. And 2, good. Last one. It's all controlled with strength training. You do things carefully, bring it back, reduce that weight. We're going to do the last shoulder press as a last little challenge. If you're tired, honestly find something that works for you, even if it's the shoulder floss, even if it's some arm circles. Try and move with us for this last little bit of strength. So we're going for 10. We're going to count with me in your own time, as if I can hear you, because then your brains are keeping fit as well. We're challenging. Want to keep our brains strong to reduce risks of things like dementia and Alzheimer's. So by counting when you're doing things, talking, listening to a podcast, being on the phone when you're walking, actually there's science to show this is strengthening your brain. So where are we? Are we on 5? Breathe out, breathe in. 4. If you're tired, honestly stop, it's fine. Just do what you can. 3. You're amazing. Well done, everyone. 2. Woo. Last one. Yay! You get a big trophy from me, everyone. Well done. I hope you're feeling like you've used your muscles, yeah? Give yourselves a big clap. And we're going to do one last minute before our stretch. Final challenge. Whatever energy you've got left in you, I'm feeling it today. We're going to box it out. You don't have to use tin cans, but they are, again, the perfect weight for this. 1 kg dumbbells, nothing too heavy. I want you to just box, box, box. Punch it out. Let's give me everything you've got. That last little blitz. Seated boxing. Get rid of any stress, tension. Exercise is one of the best things to lift our moods, to banish stress, anxiety. It's even proven to be an antidepressant. So I really hope you can get rid of any of your worries here and feel that mood boost. Count down with me. 10, 9, 8. Come on, punch it out. 7, 6, 5. Come on, we're all fighters. 3, 2, and 1. Yay. So there again, was that about 20 to 30 seconds of boxing? Can you pick one little move from today that you could do every hour? It could be mix it up, a bit of boxing. It could be those high knees. It could be the marching on the spot. It could be the step ups. It could just be some simple neck circles. But movement, honestly, is one of the best things that we have in our control for our health. Let's take a seat. Don't run away. Stretching is key to reduce risk of injury. And this is your little reward after all the hard work. So one leg out in front of you. My toes are flexed towards me. I'm going to stretch up, lift up to the ceiling. I'm just going to make sure that everyone is on mute. Lovely on Zoom. I've got lots of you there. I will talk to Zoom at the end, but just not yet. Lifting up, breathe in, exhale. Can we come, reach for either your toes? Don't worry if you can't. Otherwise, place your hands on your shin, even your thigh. Keep that leg straight. Tune into your breath. Mine is really high still. And I want you to relax your head, neck, and shoulders. You should feel a lovely stretch down the back of that leg if it's nice and straight. Breathe and really hold. So stretching increases flexibility. It's going to help reduce your risk of injury after any new exercises you may have done today. It's going to reduce that soreness you might feel after new exercises in the next 24 to 48 hours, the DOMS. And generally, I love it as a bit of self-care, as you know. So even a stretch at night, maybe when you're watching TV, in those ad breaks. I actually have an ad break snack in my book as well, and I have lots on my YouTube channel, like little exercise snacks you can try. But some of these ones that we're doing today, just pick one. Treat your body and mind. I have changed sides. Hold for as long as you can. Obviously, in these workouts, it's about 15 seconds, but if you build up 30 seconds, it's going to increase your flexibility. Just draw your one knee in if you can towards your chest. Circle out your ankle. You probably got lots of steps in today, and if you haven't, think about adding those in, maybe after your meals. Movement after meals is great for balancing your blood sugar levels. I talk a lot about diabetes, and exercise is one of the best things for diabetes prevention and to reverse type 2 as well with lifestyle changes. Other side, circling out our ankles before we rush off to whatever we need to do. And then we're going to take our upper body stretches. I'll demonstrate them standing, but feel free to stay seated. Hands in the middle of your back. So I'm trying to bring my elbows back and together towards it. I'm opening out my chest. Have a lovely smile. You should be very proud of yourselves just for joining in. Yeah, that is the best investment you've given yourself. And it can be so hard to join sometimes, but you did it. You gave yourself this time. And triceps, we're going to stretch out. So one hand on your opposite elbow, seated or standing. If you can, try and straighten up. And then just ease out, pushing this elbow a bit further back. Keeping your chin up, look up, smile. Relax your head. Can you feel that stretch coming down here, all the way down? Inhale, exhale, and the other side. Again, this could be a great stretch at your desk, on the sofa. Everyone is tight these days, so stretching is key, yep. Breathing in and out, relaxing down, great work. And then we've just got our shoulders that we did a lot with. We're gonna just bring one hand, try and bring your arm a little bit higher, and the elbow, you're just holding above or below the elbow, drawing that arm in towards your chest, looking over that shoulder for a neck stretch. Seated or standing, you could literally do these seated at your desk. I love going into workplaces and demonstrating simple things that are going to help reduce back pain. We just sit less, move a little bit more in between meetings. That's one thing I really love doing, because I worry about even younger people that are working, sitting for 10 hours a day sometimes, especially working from home. We have got our feel-good hugs. If you don't know them, seated or standing like a cat-cow from yoga, opening out our chest. Really stick your tailbone out. Take a positive inhale, and then wrap your arms around your body, rounding your back. So you're opening out your vertebra, chin to chest, tucking that tailbone under. You can do this seated or standing. Mummy's not here, but I'm imagining anyone that has joined me. This is a big virtual hug to all of you. Breathing in, give yourself another big hug from me, a little tap on your back. Well done, little pats saying well done to yourselves. And my feel good finish, Mummy does them in Gujarati. We do have workouts in Gujarati if you know anyone that they can help. They're on my YouTube channel. Breathe in positivity, seated or standing, lift those arms up. Exhale, release any tension, negativity, stress. I hope you feel like it's all gone for now and you're feeling really good. Positive inhale, this time capture it, hands together. Bring those hands down to prayer position. Take a moment, take a little bow, have a moment of gratitude. I'm so grateful to all of you to be part of my community. I get the honor of teaching all ages. It's honestly the highlight of my week, seeing lots of you join me. All I ask is for you to share these workouts so I can help more people through the magic and power of movement. Well done, everyone. If you do it again, which I would love you to, drop me a comment on YouTube where it's saved as well. Check you're on my WhatsApp group for session reminders, especially over half term. I'm trying to think of dates. Am I here? I might not be here next week live, but I will send out a link to my WhatsApp group. And it's it's just holiday times that I want you to keep an eye out in case I'm traveling. Sending you lots of love. I talk to my Zoom community, so please join us on Zoom as well. And try and do lots of exercise snacking and more of these feel-good workouts in between. Sending you lots of love, YouTube, and I will talk to everyone on Zoom. Yay. How is